Hello everyone, this is SimPE Leentebolemes, and I'm going to do a review on the new online tool SimpAI. It's basically the same as SimPE, but it does not contain all the features of SimPE. At least I hope not yet, because it's created by Best Dandy on GitHub, and that means it's open source. So that would mean that features can still be added by others. So I really hope this will be an online tool. It will not replace SimPE, but I really hope it's going to be an online tool that can have a lot of features from SimPE, and that will make life a bit easier for us. I'm going to compare it a bit with SimPE. Now, you can browse files, of course. You can start with an empty package or a custom career. What's handy in SimpAI is that you can see here all the files that I have opened in tabs. Now, if I go to another website for a second, I close SimpAI and then I open it again. Then the packages are still there. So that's something nice. Where you can open a new package is here, and when you click on custom career, it opens. Well, I can click again. It will open in the last tab. So this is a custom career. If you close it, even if you didn't make any changes, it shows you this message to ask you for certain if you're sure to close it. Now we go to this career package. In SimPE, if you're familiar with creating careers, you will know that there's the Bidoo's creator. That one makes it really easy to change wages, start hours, descriptions. The Bidoo's editor is not here, of course, so for changing daily wages and stuff like that, you will need to change the beacon. The downsides to this is that it's hexadecimal, so if you don't know hexadecimal, you need a converter to change it to decimal, to know what to fill out in decimal numbers, as you have to fill it out in hexadecimal. Knowing hexadecimal has nothing to do with knowing IT or computers. I studied IT, I work in IT, but I've never used hexadecimal. So it's an IT, maybe an IT kind of way of writing numbers, but it doesn't mean that an ITer knows this by heart. I need a converter as well. So the next thing, in SimPE, you see icons in front of these list items, and that makes it easier to know where you have to be. For example, to change the GUID, you need object data, but I also always base myself on the icon that's normally in front of object data. So it was a bit harder to find it, to make sure that this is the one. And indeed, you can change the GUID here. So the interface is a bit different, but it's not all bad, because if you go to text lists and you go to descriptions, then if you use the tab key on your keyboard, you will see that it's really fast and easy to change the values. And to change the spelling error, or in another package file to write the text, this is going to be really handy for me, because it's fast. What's also handy is that you see here the tabs that I opened previously, so you can always go back. So that's really easy. If you open a package file, you start to work, but you need to close it, then you know it's still all open just by going back to the website. Also, an upside, for the fact that it's an online tool. A website, you can also open it on your phone, on your mobile. It's a bit harder to work with, but imagine this: you open a package on your computer and you need to close it down. You're on the road and you have a few minutes to do something. You go to the website on your phone and you continue your work. Now that's going to be something that I'm going to try out, and I hope that will work, and that's going to be really helpful for me. But again, it's going to be mostly for the text lists rather than the beacons, because you need a converter. Well, it's also handier in SimpAI than in SimPE. That's changing an image. If you go to the images, you can just upload an image file and it's JPEG right away. In SimPE, at least for me, I need to change this always to all files. And it's a bit more clicks. It's not that much, but sometimes I create 10 careers in a day, and then it's gonna be a bit irritating that I always have to click that. Also, I have the feeling for the things that I already did in SimpAI, I have the feeling that it's more difficult to misclick, because first of all, you have an undo button, which you do not have in SimPE. In SimPE, once you commit the changes are committed, and you cannot undo this. And that's a feature that's really cool to have in a tool like this. You can export the resource, delete it, clone it, just like in SimPE. So that's not much of a difference. Now, if we go further to other packages, this is a behavior, just a global mod. I created this together with Gamulet. She really helped me. It has been so many years that I actually don't really know anymore how it works. So if you know a bit better, know a bit more about behaviors than me, you may have an opinion on this, how it works, but I already have something like I don't dare to touch it in SimPE, let alone in SimpAI. Now a package file for which this is going to be really handy, SimpAI, that's like live.package. It's a package file. What does it do? When the game generates a new sim, it has to give it a name. And or if you're in CAS, CAS, create a sim, and you want to have it a random name. I don't know if that works in Sims 2. I saw it in other games, I think. Anyway, what the game does is choose a male first name or a female first name and then a last name. And in SimpAI, I already said that with the tab key on your keyboard, it's really fast to change these values. In SimPE, you need to click and then select the place where to change it, then click again, and it's a bit harder. Not really harder. It's slower, definitely slower. So I'm definitely going to use SimpAI for things like this. In bedding, pattern 111 is one of my beddings that I used. As you can see, I opened this before, which is really good that it remembers that. It remembers the tabs until you close it. So that's really nice. The thing is, with the icons, you know a bit what this is. In SimPE, in SimpAI, I really miss these icons. Also, this is a recolor, so I think it was this one that should have the image of the recolor, but as you can see, it's not there, not anywhere, and that's one of the reasons I think that it's not finished yet, and that it can use new features. It's open source, so anyone can change it. Then yeah, I had to open this one, but this is actually a bit like the career package, um, the catalog description, that it's easy to change the beacons. For example, the outfit grids. But here I actually don't even know how to start. I am not sure that I would know in SimPE, let alone here. So I actually hope that someone who is more experienced in um, outfit grids and behaviors, that they're going to create a tutorial, so that people can find a way around in SimPy. This is just a review. It's not a tutorial on how to use it, but I think if you watch a tutorial about SimPE and you can create a career without a tutorial or create a lifespan without a tutorial, I think that will be enough to find your way around here. This is a layout that I like. It's the Sims 2 Blue. But you can also change it to dark, which is also very nice. High contrast, which I don't like that much. And you can also add a resource. That's also possible in SimPE, of course. And to actually save your package file, you've opened it, you've made changes, you can save it with this button, but then you still don't have the new package file for your game. So that's this button, download the package. What is handy, I haven't used it yet, but there's a search field. For example, I need image. Yeah, it doesn't really search for the image then. That's a bit weird. File name. So my guess is then that I can look for outfits. Yeah. Then you can see the outfit grids and the career outfits. So it can be handy, doesn't always work apparently. But I think that's about it that I can explain and compare to SimPE. So it's handy for beacons if you know hexadecimal. It's definitely handy for text lists and images, and also things like pie menu functions, as that's also as it's sometimes like we have a food item, it's also a text. I don't see a food item here anymore. I closed it apparently. Here it is. Pie menu strings should be here somewhere. Okay, it's not here. It's a bit weird. I'm going to open it again. Maybe it's a bug that it doesn't open everything. I'm going to open it in SimPE to compare. Okay. See, pie menu strings, it's TTA. Okay, it's not called pie menu strings here, so that's the reason why I didn't find it. This is one of the things that I don't like about SimPy. Maybe it's because I'm not that experienced in the technology, in the technical things of creating a package, like behaviors and what these abbreviations mean. But it's harder to find the right file in SimPy than in SimPE. But it's clearly here because you see it and you see it in other languages. So yeah, that's something I don't like about SimPE. Sorry, about SimPI. So meaning for me, I'm going to use it um, for the text files when I find them, apparently. So Py menu functions was here. Well, this is a bit. This is an object mod, so it's actually an object in game. And as you can see, it can be used by adults, by teens. You can change the flags here. So for that, it can be handy if you know what you're doing. Also, if you use SimPE, you need to know what you're doing. With this interface, it's going to be a bit harder sometimes, I think, to find the right thing. I can't even find the right file. And also, it's always in hexadecimal, which is not always easy. But now I think that's about it for this video. If you need any help, let me know. Maybe I can help you around. I think I covered everything. If I forgot something, let me know. If you have questions, maybe I can do another video with the things I forgot. It can always be I forgot something. SimPI is already quite a big tool. And I hope it's going to get more features and be worked on further in open source by Best Dandy or maybe by others, so that we have more complete tool online. Like I said, if you open it on your computer, you need to close it because you don't have time anymore. You're on the road, you open it on your mobile, and you can work on it. Of course, you need to be logged in Google Chrome, for example, that it shows you where you were in history. It shows your history. So it needs to be synchronized, your phone and your computer. But I think that's something that might work. Again, if you need anything, if you have any questions, let me know. I hope you liked this video, and to see you in the next one, you can follow me on my Facebook page, Sims2ID Lintepelmeis. You can follow me on my blog. I have Tumblr, and I will post this video on YouTube first. You can follow me there as well for new videos. Thank you for watching, and happy simming!